Go. Dubs. First one in. I didn't even realize. I was just trying to get all my stuff ready. All right. What's going on, everybody? Just doing a little bit of some base work today. Nothing too crazy. Boiling pops up over here, and it does. I'm gonna turn on some tunes in the background. A little bit of something going. It's not quiet and boring. That's a lot for me. All right. Don't really have a plan for the stream other than it's been 2 weeks since I've streamed Dark. Be here. We're out of food. At least in that one. Yeah, a little bit of food in there. I am up. I don't know if you're my daddy, but I think you have a lot of time on your hands. Stuff just wants to act funky today. Oh boy. What's up, Pete? Having a bit of a daddy off in chat, I see. Alright, so I think, actually, you know what? I do have a daddy intake out here, actually. I think I needed to get a daddy intake set up, but I actually have one. Well, let's get a bit of a farm going. You see here, we have an overabundance of material. So, haven't done a proper farm. Do we have every berry yet? Nope. I don't even know if we have enough element to make more. Let's see if we do. And go there. You have no food cooking for me. Fortunate. Well, that sucks. D1 Mason Sports number 2. Yeah, you know, Pete, I honestly don't have it quite planned out yet. I just wanted to get on and do some streaming of Ark. Like I said, it's been a couple weeks. One that Sai gave me, that one's mine. Mine has a saddle. My Rex has a saddle. So we're gonna need to stock up on food. We have a thing for hide. We do have a thing for hide. And then let's go check what we got element wise. A little bit of element. Probably out of poly. Yep, missing polymer. We'll have to get polymer, which is mantises, which is right behind the base. Isaac, what's up? Our older pet is not cooking any food. So let's put him back in the cryo. Get out. Something just picked all that food up. Only starving to death a little bit, so. Hey, thanks for the follow. You built a tree base today. Nice. On what map? Same map? It just occurred to me this whole time I wasn't even hungry. I was thirsty. All right. So we need to get polymer. Let's start with that. Nice. You'll have to, when done, you'll have to give me the location so we can go check her out. You said tree, so I assume redwoods. I'm going to safely assume redwoods, I should say. Oh. Fog. A little better. A little better. Oh, this song has some lyrics in there, so we'll just keep it in there. Sorry for the different language there. What game, Harrison? We're playing Ark Survival Ascended. We're just ooh, Titan. I probably could take it at fully raged out here. Maybe that's what we'll do. Boy, I was hoping for some how do I feel about grilled cheese? I mean, grilled cheese is fine. How do you feel about grilled cheese? In the redwoods near EDM sap taps. You know, that I'm not super familiar with, the location of EDM's taps, but I'm sure we can find her. And I'm not really feeling this song here, so. Female, male. For that one here. What game is it? And why do you have guns while riding a dino? Because I can make guns. Damn. You know. We'll see. See if this has any lyrics in it. 59 or 420. We're gonna have to go 69. You're off to some peculiar questions there, Colin. Harrison. Well, the guns are in the game. And yeah, so technically, I mean, not technically, you can make guns in the game, so yes. We're playing Ark Survival Ascended. Ragnarok and roll, that's right. What's up, EDM? Now that Battlefield Beta is turned off, I'll jump back on Ragnarok tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna continue our grounded campaign, trying to beat that game. Days of depression. No kidding. Love Battlefield. Had a good time. I mean, my first set of polymer. More poly right here. Ooh, more poly. A lot more poly. And a lot of chitin too. Difficulty level is vanilla. So Ark's pretty hard game when you first start out. I do. I'm actually building stacks to fight that Titan. I'm eating all kinds of little critters right now. I've changed my plan of what I was doing there, Pete. Originally I was coming out here for poly, and then I seen that the Titan out here, so I'm gonna go for that. We're just like trying to kill everything that moves. We're at 78 stacks right now, so '83 stacks. I don't think I've beaten a Titanosaur without like EDM's help or, you know, dropping Silas from there. This will be interesting. Stam. Better stam up here. Didn't even realize that we were at a stam. We're almost at 100. That's good. That's good. You just started a server on the island. That's awesome, Aaron. That's awesome. All right. Here we go, boys. Gotta wait for that armor debuff to drop off here. How long we got here? Dropped. All right, Titanosaur, let's see what you got. Oh. Easy. I do have a chainsaw for this though. Nope, 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 nope. You bastard. Rip. You look like you touch kids, the heart and souls. You're an odd one there. We'll just do that for you. All right, so now we should be able to touch deposit everything we got going on here. Ah! Drop. All that has been deposited. We don't have one for polymer. Why do I like this game? I don't know. I just do. I meet a lot of interesting and I meet a lot of interesting people on here. Why do you like any game, I suppose, right? Let's make 10 more. Want the CS? Oh, yeah. All right, while that does that, we'll actually take the ones that has crafted. We can get Polly moved over. Wait, look at it. want fish meat for that too, so what else are we missing here? Boiled meat, prime meat. Definitely all of them. Oh, we have fish meat. Perfect. Did not realize we had fish meat already. Obviously we don't have prime meat. And we don't have black pearls either. Let's do prime meat for now, as we didn't grab any prime meat. All good. All good. Had to grab prime meat. I did. We're gonna go clear the water around the base for material. Perfect. And then we're crafting more. They're actually probably done. Think about it. Yep. It says I brought black pearl somewhere. It says I have black pearls. Oh, I bet you have black pearls in one of these. Oh yeah. Ice and milk was still good. Black pearls on us. Oil. I bet I'm over encumbered. Oh, we're not that encumbered yet. We're not that encumbered yet. Narcotic berries up in here. There's spoiled meat. We don't have any of the other berries though. Go here and then blue, yellow. The other blue, oils, definitely black pearl. Yeah, we don't have this one. No keratin, right? All right, go get our farm on again. Ouch. Turned off. Alright. Time to go clear the water. go Dinosuchus over here. It was. Never underestimate the water archa. You better run. There's some random songs rocking here. Where's this song even at? Oh, there's no vocals, so that's fine. Ooh, I got slowed. Now all of a sudden I'm lightning quick. Now this song has lyrics in it. These aren't even my songs. That's why. That's why I'm tripping. You know, some meat, but not like boatloads. What a dude, Dino's on the menu. Yes sir, T-Mac, what's up buddy? Good to see ya. Welcome, always welcome back. Always welcome back, my guy. Always welcome back, sir. Game's going good. Been on a long grind. What you doing? What you been doing? What's up, Sai? Oh. Roof the cabin. Bro, that is some work. I had to help roof one time in my life, and I was young free labor is why I ended up having to do it. Let me tell ya. Crazy work. Hey Yogi, what's up? And Big Brother Sai, what's happening? Hopefully this music doesn't put you guys to sleep. Really? Transferred. We still need silk and pelt and red, green. Hey, let's see what we can do. And purple. See what we can do about that. See if we can get 5, you know, 5 more or so. After a few eggs, it magically hits you to it. That happens. Go 10 more. I should have enough. I already no health mutated pair and got 4 mutated health. That's crazy. Just laying by me? Or is she just laying by me?
That's just me. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
What's up, Jackson? My audio is kind of messed up right now, so I can't really hear the best. But if you give me a minute, I might be able to fix it. Looking good. While we're waiting on that, let's see if we can't fix this. I know my guy is starving. Exit wave link. Yep. Now my stuff is back up and working. All right, Jackson, now say something. Go. What's going on, Mr. Jackson? How's it? How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Doing fine, thanks. Just streaming a little bit of Ark.
You know, 80, I made a... You know where, ADM's public craft is?
I do.
I kind of need to grab a BP or something from there.
But you don't grab a BP from there, but you take the material to there and craft it.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So, if you know where the location of it is, sure, I can tell you in here a second. Let me just get me some food real quick to eat. My guy's starving. You were on Ragnarok, right?
No, I'm on Center.
I don't know where his public one is on Center. I don't know if that he has one. And he may have moved it, because now I don't see it. Unless he changed the name of it. Oh no, it's right here. I do know he has one on Ragnarok. You might put a message out in Discord to him to see if he has one on the Center. But I do know he has one in Ragnarok. That one's, you know, there's been some people in the community who've helped, along with, of course, EDM himself, and like it's pretty loaded with BPs. So like, would not be a terrible thing to do. I sort of got the most wild broad sales that's 2 days ago. That's crazy. Your Yogi, that's super crazy. Cinema.
Yo, what's happening, Phil?
Whoa. What's up, Mr. Sai? Scared me. What's happening?
Sorry.
No, you're good, you're good. My thing doesn't alert when we'll hop in as a streaming setting. And so, not you at all, just...
Okay.
Going on? Hopefully your day was good.
My day was interesting. We'll go with that.
Alright.
Not bad, but not bad.
I had an interesting day, ladies and gentlemen. And if you ask nicely, he might even tell you about it.
Well, long story short, I had to wrestle a groundhog and an armadillo today. So, yeah. Groundhog didn't want to give up, get out of the chick's coop, and the armadillo wanted to come up on the porch. I was trying to keep it off.
Sure. I could see that.
How'd your day go?
Great, I'm off work, you know?
Yeah.
I quit school, so I'm happy.
That's terrible.
I stepped in a bit too much.
Yeah.
Kind of gotta trouble
I'd say so. You're my kid, you'd be in all kinds of trouble.
Oh man.
I'm just doing some, you know, base stuff I haven't done since we've been playing Grounded. And tomorrow I plan on playing more Grounded, so.
Right. I got on. I don't know. I think yesterday. When you said that give you an hour, so I waited for about an hour and got on for a while, but I figured you was busy, and then when I seen your message, it was 20 minutes after, so I got on again, waited for an hour, but I assumed you went to sleep.
I actually decided to wash my cars, plural.
Oh.
Went outside, washed my cars, did a couple other things. I went and watched a couple television shows, which I don't usually do, but I have, you know, that big old monstrosity of a TV in my garage that doesn't get used, so I went out there and used it. Watched that, and what else did I end up doing? I was on Ark for a little bit, and then, yeah, when it cooled off, and then I just kinda got back to my normal of really staying away from playing any type of games on Sunday. And just chilling, relaxing and whatnot, and
Feel that. I got in trouble on Saturday for spending too much time editing videos.
oh boy.
So Sunday was makeup day.
Hey, we all know how that is. Like, luckily, you know, we've had a very, not stern, but like, hey, look, you want to reap the benefits of me being a content creator, you have to allow me to be a content creator.
Yep. And that's kind of the way I explained it, you know. I was like, don't think of this as a hobby or just, you know, something to watch. That I'm going to think of it as me trying to start a business. That any business to start, you know, you got to put time in the beginning, or else it's going to be crap and it's not going to get off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your reward is just as great as the effort you put in, I believe.
What if, you know, it go, you know, your work goes super viral, right? And you're able to, you know, I'm not gonna say be rich, but what if you're able to be comfortable? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I broke it down. My main goal, you know, would be where she don't have to work. That's it.
And then what if, you know, because of lack of communication, all that doesn't happen because of just a lack of communication on both ends, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
Yes.
that's another reason why I'm trying to tell you, don't be so caught up in gear. You're just fine. Like right now, it's not that big of a deal. It's all good. You got what you got. Hey, ride that sucker out. Like the amount of, I mean, honestly, like I said, I could upgrade this and I could upgrade that and da da da, but like, why?
Right.
You know what I mean?
My
Like,
main reasoning why, though, is just so I can live stream. I feel like that's where a lot of subs come from.
well, everybody's different. That's what I need you, like, that's what you gotta understand. Everyone's different. Where you go is it all. Let's look at Dubs, right? Let's look at Dubs and Nibo. Both people who started very similar at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's pull them up here. Dubs has 240 followers on Kick.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. I don't even know. Nibo has 115 followers, right? Playing Fortnite.
Right.
Both of them are doing their thing in their own way, right?
Right.
I would argue that as of right now, quote unquote, success would be, I would deem Dubs as being more quote unquote successful. However, Nibo is more not community driven, but Nibo more pops in other people's channels and stuff and gets people to notice him, to then, like, while they're live streaming, to then come to him. Dubs does more networking on Twitter and social media, finding people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are good. Both of them are doing it their own way, but they're both streaming, right? They're both streaming. And so it's not like, you know, and back in the day, you know, when streams were good for me, dude, I was averaging 20 subs a night. Some nights I average 0, right? It just depends. And Ark is a really strange beast. You'll get a lot of things when the new maps come out, and then they die off if you're PvE. I'm telling you, if you're gonna do Ark content and you're gonna live stream, much as, you know, it doesn't pertain to me, I would say PvP. Like,
Yeah.
PvP, live stream it, record it, chop it up, post it, right? Because you can have replayable events in PvP where, I mean, I can only catch in PvE, I can only catch so many raptors, you know what I mean?
Right. Maybe we'll have to do some tribal war for you.
Yeah, Ark PvP, I'll be honest with you, the 2 times we did the Ark PvP, it does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel that.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like, but I enjoy Ark PvE though.
Right.
I like being able to
I
hop
do too.
on and grind, and like I did, like today, right? I've been on for a little over an hour. I just went and got some food, reorganized my base, just chilling. Like, for me, that's my thing. There's plenty room in this content space, whether you're doing Ark or your pets or stuff. There's plenty of room for another creator. There's always room.
Right.
But I will tell you this, and it's the same thing I tell Dubs. It's the same thing I tell Nibo. if you're gonna stream, stick to a schedule. Let's call it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And on Friday, when you're tired, you're not feeling good, and maybe, you know, the anxiety is getting the better of you that day, you still have to stream. Because it is a 9 to 5 job, right? A 9 to 5 job that you can't call out of. Like, honestly, tonight, I wasn't feeling it. I had other things going on. I just wanted to sit down and relax, but I'm like, nope. It's Monday. Mondays have been very good for me on Arc. Streams have been doing very well for me just in general. You know?
Right.
Hop on and let's rock.
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll. Here we are. Like I said, you know, that offer that I made to you the other day is still out there.
I wish I could say I truly understood exactly what you mean. But, if you just tell me what to do, I'll do it. Because otherwise, you already explained it 2 or 3 times. I don't think I'm going to understand it.
See? Like, and there's Pete right there. Pete saying he needs to get better at editing videos. He has a ton of farming content. I'm telling you. I mean, even though I'm a quote-unquote ARC content creator, right? I use that in very loose air quotes. I encourage everybody to make content on anything that they do. Because people are going to find it interesting, whether it's your job, whether it doesn't matter. Like, people will find it entertaining. Would you be able to make it a full-time career? Hey, who knows about that? Like, if I knew the answer to that, I'd be able to tell you. But,
Alright.
yeah, I mean, the best way to do it is get yourself some type of computer, even if it's old. And so I will be the first one to tell you, hey man, sometimes old PCs take a while to do. Edit videos and save the video.
Yep.
Like, I'll tell you this side, when I compile my videos, when I'm done with them and save, it takes about 2 minutes for me. But
export?
yeah. But I rebuilt my PC, what was it, the beginning of last year now? I think it's a year old when I rebuilt it. And when I rebuilt it, I bought, outside of my graphics card, everything was the latest generation. Latest CPU, latest specs of RAM, a significant amount of RAM, a significant amount of hard drive space. They're all M.2 SSDs, so they're fast. Like,
is RAM and VRAM the same thing?
Yes and no. So, a graphics card will have RAM, right? And a computer will have RAM. So the best way to describe, if you don't know what RAM is, think of, you have a big water reservoir on one side of a hill, and you have an empty one on the other side of the hill. Your water reservoir is your CPU or your GPU, the brains of the operation. And you want to move that water from point A to point B. The best way to do that is with RAM. So the more RAM is a larger pipe, which then allows that water to flow faster from point A to point B, right? There's things that are called, in every computer, regardless of the build, there's what's called a bottleneck, which is exactly what it sounds like. Take a bottle and it goes to a very small point, right? And all the traffic's gonna get funneled in, just like a 10-lane highway going into a small tunnel of 2. You know how traffic backs up?
Yep.
Okay. So every PC has a bottleneck. You just have to address what the bottleneck's gonna be. Is it gonna be your CPU, which is your brain of the computer, or the GPU, which is, in a way, the brain for the computer for gaming and editing and stuff to an extent, right?
Right.
Follow me so far?
Kind of like performance.
Yeah. So realistically, what you're doing is if you have a faster GPU or CPU brain than your graphics card, your CPU will be sending frames at a super fast rate, but your graphics card cannot keep up with it in a gaming aspect. That would be a video card bottleneck. A CPU bottleneck, or the brain bottleneck, is the graphics card is waiting for frames. Like, come on, give me more, give me more, give me more. And the CPU can't produce them fast enough, right? In those scenarios, if you had to pick one, I'm a humble believer of you pick the GPU bottleneck, right? You want your brain to be like, hurry up, man, come on, I got all this power still, and I'm waiting on you. And so when you look at, you can look at graphs on your computer in real time, you want your GPU to be much higher than your CPU. It's the other way around. You have a brain, a CPU bottleneck, which you don't want. That's what, when you open up software, that takes a long time to load. That's a combination of the brain and the RAM, right?
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
I always try to use that water analogy because a lot of people, that seems to resonate with people.
Right. No, I totally get it that way. The way I was explaining things today, I was like, man, got me questioning whether I ever want to talk to an engineer again.
Well, okay, so you have, here's the problem with engineers, right? Their brain is wired in a logical manner, and what makes sense to them should make sense to you, but it doesn't. But to them, it should. And so there's no reason why it shouldn't. You know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless of how well you know the person, like, they're gonna like, well, I don't understand what you don't get. Like, I just told you that RAM has 6,700 mega transfers per second. It's great, but you have to make sure you enable XMP. What aren't you understanding? You're like, dude, bro, you may as well spoke Spanish to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I just told you, open up BIOS and enable XMP. It's usually under profile 1. What? Right? And, again, like, that's just... In short, you buy RAM, and RAM, like a car, has speed, right? Has horsepower.
Right.
And they call that either megahertz or mega transfers. Same thing. Like, they're getting away from the hertz unit of measure, and they're doing transfers. It's more accurate of a unit of measure. But all you need to know is higher is better. All you need to know. More horsepower equals faster.
Right.
That's DP in a nutshell. And so, yeah. Hey, do you want a car that goes 0 to 60? Or, like, this is a better example. I was looking at, like, a little motorcycle you could buy off of Walmart. Walmart.com for like $2,500. I'm like, oh, that thing would just be fun, right? I thought it would just be fun to buy. Like, screw it. You can go from 0 to 60 in 16 seconds. Or you get just a standard American-made one that's gonna be, 5 times the price. And even though that's not gonna be fast, you might go 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. Which again, not fast when you consider it to be a super hopped up one, right?
Right.
But like that's twice as fast. You know, but so I was watching this guy go from 0 to 60, and like he in 16 seconds.
Yeah.
And that tickled me. That tickled me. The RAM is the same way, right? Like the RAM is just like I said, like how much water you can move from point A to point B. More RAM, the better. More water you can move. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have too much RAM. You can't have too much VRAM on a graphics card. Like, there's no such thing. You may not.
Dang.
Your use case, but you're doing video editing. Your use case may not be someone who needs a lot of RAM, but someone who's video editing, you're gonna want RAM. Like, so what you want, of course you want RAM. You want a good CPU, you want good RAM, and if you want to stream, you want a good GPU. So, boom, you know what I'm saying? And then if you're gonna be streaming content from a computer, you want a decently fast hard drive. You don't need to know anything else outside of that. You don't need to know what makes a hard drive fast. They make them now that looks like computer chips. You get yourself a hard drive that looks like a computer chip, it's probably gonna be fast. All you really need to know. You know what I mean?
Yep. Well,
And-
I really just
Good.
I said what I'm just gonna stick to is the original plan, and that's just pay you to build one.
I won't let you pay me to build one, but you can buy the parts based upon recommendations, and I'll assemble it for you if you want to do that.
All right. Fair enough.
I don't want your money to build the PC. Whatever money you would spend on me building the PC, just put that money into the PC. Then you just have everything.
That don't sound fair.
But I like building the PC. You know, and for those people who say building a PC is like an adult Lego kit, it's like an adult Lego kit if you've done it before. If you don't know what you're looking at, it couldn't be. It like what's going on with all these songs here? I'm in these songs that have lyrics, so sorry, they're chat. It couldn't be any more foreign. You know what I'm saying? Like you may as well be taking apart a very complex watch with a bunch of moving parts. Right. It's not, once you understand it, it's super basic. Kind of like a lot of things. But yeah.
What's sad is I used to actually do it. Like I worked for a place called My Computer Place, and we built PCs. But that was, I was 16. So
Sure.
I'm 40 now.
Now not much has changed since then to now. Like they barely started changing, just barely. They're trying to get on the motherboard, the power that delivers the motherboard is a 24-pin connector, right? Big old block with 24 pins, you plug it in. They've released a new standard, which is 12-pin, but we'll see if the industry adopts it, because like everybody's got to change their stuff. And it's been 24-pin as long as I can remember. But like, why change it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's better if you change it, but you have less points of failure. But again, getting the industry to change is a different thing.
Great.
What's my favorite fast food burger? I'm gonna go with, I consider it fast food, Five Guys. I prefer Five Guys. Now, I also usually categorize categorize fast food as being anything with a drive-through. And if that's the case, I lean towards a good Carl's Jr. I'm not very big on Burger King. I kind of feel that In-N-Out can kind of be overrated. I know that's blasphemy.
Wendy's never uses frozen meat, right?
Yeah, but I like Wendy's, but I find that their patty is bland.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
They cover it up with a bunch of sauce and 17 layers of bacon, which who doesn't love bacon? But that freaking Baconator is a challenge, at least for me. It doesn't look like it, but it's a challenge for me to conquer. What about you there, medium syllables?
Tried to join. It kicked me a few times already.
In that. But yeah, if you consider Five Guys a fast food joint, which I don't believe me if you do, then I'm gonna say Five Guys is the best. If you don't consider Five Guys a fast food, which I don't blame you for not, then I'm gonna say, in my opinion, when everything's at the best that it can be, Carl's Jr. I will say that In-N-Out is significantly more consistent with their burgers. Significantly more consistent. Bad joke. Yeah? Or was your comment, no Frostblade aesthetic? Yo, what's happening? Nothing, just chilling. Just chilling, Mr. Thomas, talking about I made a fantastic joke earlier today.
Yeah?
Thomas sent me a photo because he works at an airport, and he said that there was a number of Apache helicopters that happened to be that happened to have land there for one reason or another. And I said, "Oh shoot! Did you guys happen to find oil?" I thought it was funny.
Right. Oh man. That would definitely spark the U.S.'s interest.
It would be. Yeah, I just couldn't help myself. I just seen it and said, boom. Like I said,
I
said it
didn't even know.
had it cracking up all day. Well, much like you know, I'll randomly DM you just random things that you and I have maybe an inside joke or something in common. I'd sent, Thomas and I have a very similar taste in music. Every now and then, you know, I'll send him whatever's on my playlist that just happened to be playing at the time. Kind of like how you and Dubs have a very similar taste in music. And so I sent him that, and then he's, you know, at some point during the day he sent me the photo of that.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah, see, I listen to like music-wise, because I play the guitar, I listen to a lot of music that have guitar, right? So, you know, old 80s rock, metal, punk,
All
you
the
know,
boring stuff.
90s, stuff like that. What's that?
Said all the boring stuff.
Right. And
No.
I'm not like huge into rap and hip hop, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Right? It'd be like the same with country. I'm not really huge into country, but like their guitarists are amazing. Like,
Yeah.
respect or props are due.
I like some of the older rap or R&B or hip hop or whatever you want to call it. None of the new stuff. Like, I can't stand most of the new stuff. It's all about degrading women and drugs and money when it didn't used to be that way.
First of all, sir, I feel like you're taking a shot at the greatest ensemble of all time. And I know you're not talking about Prestige Worldwide. They have a song called Boats and Hoes, after all. And they are a prime example of showing you cannot have a boat without having hose. They go hand in hand. It's like peanut butter and jelly. You know, here, they don't call it peanut butter or jelly. And it's not boats or hose. It's and. I am hilarious, first of all.
Yeah. I like a very wide range of music, though. So many different genres.
Me too. One of my friends from my Star Wars guild, he freaking is a classically trained cellist. Played Carnegie Hall. Like, I mean, so when I talk to her, we talk about freaking, classical music, and that's what she's into. Of course she knows modern stuff, but hey, she's classical music. When I talk to my daughter, hey dude, we're talking country and Taylor Swift, right? I have nothing against Taylor Swift at all. A lot of people hate, but you know what? To quote Dave Skylark, they hate us cause they ain't us.
Yep. That's it.
Hey, you don't like Taylor Swift? That's cool. There's plenty of other music out there for you to like. It's all good. I'm not gonna say that I'm like a huge Taylor Swift fan myself, but
right?
That was a lot of records. This is chalk. Love. What?
Philosophy.
Yeah.
Philosophy.
Yeah, my own
Chocolate.
philosophy. But I listen to primarily music that is in Japanese or Korean, but then I will listen to a large array of music in English. I will listen to music in Spanish. I will listen to country. I will listen to hip hop. I will listen to rock, metal. Like, if it's a good, I can appreciate a good song. Good night, sweetie. Like,
right.
I can buy a good song by a good artist. That's what I would consider a good singer. Like, I'm a huge, my cousin and I, we joke around about this all the time. Huge Bon Jovi fan. Huge Bon Jovi fan.
I like Bon Jovi.
I'm a huge Bon Jovi fan.
I like Ozzy. I like Meatloaf.
Yep, I like Ozzy. Yep, I like Ozzy. My dad was huge into Ozzy. Like, my dad was probably the most up. When Ozzy died, it was the second biggest blow I've ever seen him hurt in his life, next to only the death of my grandpa.
Wow.
That's how much
Ozzy.
That's how much he loved Ozzy. Like, my dad loved. I mean, he liked a lot of other 80s metal, a lot of 80s rock, even 70s, stuff like that. But he was Ozzy. In fact, Thomas kind of knows this guy who I'm about to talk about. Between the guitarists from Ozzy, the three of them, realistically, he's had more, but the three, Randy Rhoads, Jakey Lee, and Zakk Wylde, and this Japanese guitarist named Daita, they were the ones who got me interested in playing the guitar. Daita got me interested in playing the guitar. Randy Rhoads had me, which was the guitarist of Crazy Train and stuff like that, the first two albums. of Ozzy. Randy Rhoads got like, I was the weird one in the family, right? I was the nerd, like, but Randy Rhoads was able to, like, now I'm playing the guitar, and now my dad's like, well, now we got something that we can kind of talk about. We can talk about music. None of the rest of his kids like the same music my dad did, but I did. Now we have something to talk about. And so, yeah, love me some Ozzy. I was never really a huge Led Zeppelin fan. Wasn't really a big Van Halen fan. I mean, I like their respective guitarists, of course. Enjoyed Queen. Liked the Beatles. Can't say that I loved the Beatles, but I did like them. Loved Motorhead.
Yeah.
Arguably, this is according to Ozzy, arguably the original heavy metal band. He said it's them and Sabbath, and he would give it to Motorhead.
Wow.
Sabbath like Sabbath. Really liked Ozzy. Love Motorhead. But you know, when I was a kid, Motorhead did a lot of wrestling music, and I watched a lot of wrestling as a kid.
Me too.
So, you know, they did a fair share amount of wrestling music. Yeah. Like
Alright.
like Pantera, like, you know, Slipknot, and I mean, I really like
Like Pantera.
this one's kind of let me see here. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on the freaking name. It'll drive me nuts too. I really like Primus.
Primus. Sounds familiar. Don't remember it though.
They are. Yeah, you know how musicians can be artsy?
Yeah.
You know, maybe not really flamboyant would not be the word, but just artsy. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of. That's Primus. They make some weird stuff because that's what they want to make. Like, they don't care about nothing. They also did you ever watch South Park?
Some.
They did the opening theme song for South Park and the closing theme.
Okay.
And so, like, the story goes, when they were making pilot, because, you know, it was all pretty much cut out. Everything was hand cut out and stuff when they're making the pilot. You know, so they're motion capturing for hours. They're you know, I like this style of music, you like that style of music. We can't agree, but we both like Primus. Well, they asked Primus if like they could make a song for them, so they did, and it was pretty slow. And so they asked, "Hey, can you like make it faster?" And they're like, "Man, just speed it up, dude." Like, thinking like this was never gonna get on the air, right? They were never gonna make it, kind of deal. They just kind of did it just because these fans wanted it, and yeah. So like the opening theme is that same song sped up, and the closing theme is the original what they sent them, the super slow. As a Canadian, I can vouch for South Park's representation of the eastern side of Canada. I've never been to Canada, so.
I don't really understand that much because I haven't watched a lot of South Park. It's just not my thing. I don't know. Animated. I don't know.
South Park.
Not much. Okay.
South Park is a great television show because they're one of the last kind of in a way, truly free media that makes fun of everybody about everything all the time. And yeah, they, you know, hey, they get in trouble for it, but like there's no topic that they're not willing to like they're not willing to touch. They will make fun of everything all the time.
Without getting in trouble for it, though?
They get in trouble. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
They just don't care.
No.
Nice.
Like, they made a Broadway making fun of the Mormon religion, and for the longest time, it was the #1 Broadway in the country. Because,
Wow.
not, you know, I mean, like, they're not like, they don't just blatantly make fun of you, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, they will definitely, like, blatantly make fun of people, for sure. But then, like, the one that I can think of right now is Al Gore. Al Gore in the late 90s was a big proponent of global warming. Big pusher. One of the biggest. Well, you know, everybody back then was saying it's all BS. So South Park comes out with an episode that Al Gore swears there's a person out there, a man, bear, pig, like one creature all together, and everyone's like, oh, whatever, Al Gore, blah blah blah, like is giving him crap, and he's like swearing up and down that man, bear, pig is a real thing and he's a real threat and da 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 da, right? Whatever. Years later,
right,
when the concept of global warming becomes more globally accepted, South Park comes out with not an apology video, but comes out with a man bear pig of like, they actually catch man bear pig, and like the kids have to go to Al Gore and apologize. Hey, we thought you're crazy, we're sorry, and da da da. And Al Gore, ex-senator, he's like, you know, and he watches South Park. Like, you know, they were making fun of me, and you know, well, and that was kind of their way of saying sorry. You know what? And I really appreciated that. Like, they didn't have to do that, and like that really tickled me. Like, and you know, they do some wild episodes, but like some of the funniest ones was them making fun of COVID. The COVID special was hilarious. Like, I'm not I sit down and watch it every single time South Park comes out kind of fan. I'm a fan of what they do. And like I said, in a way, like, look at Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert is getting canceled because he spoke out against Trump. Trump took him to court, they lost, and because of it, he put his show in a good amount of debt. And in order for them, CBS, to sell, it was worth a better evaluation for them to say that show was canceled. They got evaluated higher because it was considered a high-risk show versus keeping it on. Pretty much censoring media. Right? And I am against censorship of media. That stuff the big guys did, you know, the guy with names start with an H and had a funny mustache, right? That's what those people do. When you start censoring media, and we're not talking about like news media lying, we're just talking about censorship. When you're no longer allowed to have freedom of speech, that's where I disagree, right?
Right.
You and I can have a very difference of opinion. That's fine. Like, what drink is better? Is it Pepsi or is it Coke? And everybody knows it's Pepsi. Like, that's not even a question. But we can have a difference of opinion on it, and that's fine. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not getting canceled because I like Pepsi. You know what I'm saying?
Right. makes sense.
If you're Gilbert, if you're gonna try to make fun of somebody, you gotta spell the words right. You put didn't without an apostrophe. I say instead of saw. You catch a predator, not capitalized and not correctly like in quotations.
Oh, that's bad.
So if you're gonna make fun of somebody,
Just
at
because-
least type it in a chat GBT.
Yeah, I mean, just because Chuck kind of looks like your dad, man, just it isn't that guy.
That's right. I'm sorry for what your dad did to you and what scars he may have left externally and internally. But do understand that was not me. Yeah, imagine. Oh, just someone in chat. Being people in chat. Imagine giving birth to a baby and you look at it and you go, your name is Gilbert. Yeah? I mean, yeah. You know, Gilbert, I'm just gonna let you know, I'm actually in a great mood. Otherwise, I would really just tear you down. But you know what? For the sake of fun, let's pull up your channel. Ah, you with your 1 subscriber. You're somebody who likes to hide behind fake accounts.
I mean, you might just have 1 subscriber.
I've got 341.
Nice.
That makes me feel good. I've got 341.
Nice.
All good. Everyone who's just, hey, like I said, I'm also in a good mood. Usually I just ignore you guys, but today, every one of you guys is getting sent to my YouTube rep as a harassment channel, and you guys will get banned. It's all good. Like I said, I'm in a good mood today.
There you go.
Usually I would just let Di or moderators handle it, or I just ignore it and let chat, but I'm in a giving mood. So let's give out ban hammers while we're at it. Because, you know why? Because this is America, and that's why.
Hey, I mean, yeah,
Or to quote Dave Chappelle, why? Because fuck 'em, that's why.
exactly.
Dave Chappelle, that's one person that I don't get how people don't like his comedy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, you know, there's some comedians out there will give like a Joe Coy, right? Joe Coy is funny, but he tends to be more funny if you happen to be Filipino, as it would seem, right? He's Filipino. A lot of stuff he talks about is growing up Filipino and living Filipino, so obviously it's more, you know, you can relate more if you're Filipino.
Yeah.
I feel like Dave Chappelle does a pretty good job at conversations he talks about being very relative for all audiences. And not that Joe Coy doesn't do that, but
Right.
Joe Coy is a very big and famous comedian in his own right, and quite funny. It's like Gabriel Iglesias, right? He makes a lot of,
Right.
you know, he makes a lot of jokes about, you know, not only being overweight, but being Mexican and stuff like that. And, yeah. Some people may not find that funny. I just like a good joke, so. I will laugh at anything, starting with myself.
Yeah.
Can't be too serial.
Night HUD visibility. There we go.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, all the music today has been created by yours truly. This is part of the official Chalks Gaming original soundtrack.
I don't hear anything.
Don't hear anything? Well, you may not. See, it may have got turned off here. Oh yeah. Let's turn that up now. The game is very loud. Is that better? Should hear something now. Give it a minute for it to load.
Been lag at the moment.
One of those other like mini projects that I have side that I just haven't finished.
Yeah.
But as stream is concerned, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, smashing that like, smashing that subscribe, even being trolls. It's all good. Tomorrow we're fixing to go back into Grounded, hopefully being close to finishing our campaign. So look for me, Sai, Dubs, and Thomas again. Hopefully wrap it up by this week, because on the 14th, so in a couple of days, Battlefield Beta will be back out again, and I think that's the last open beta until October.
Oh,
And
what is it over?
The beta, yeah, the beta's done for right now. Then they'll do another open beta in a couple days, and then I don't know if they're gonna be doing any more betas until release. So just a snapshot of what we got going on coming up in the future for the channel. We have in Battlefield, we're going to be finishing Grounded. We have Battlefield coming up, then the release of 2K, so we'll be playing 2K a little bit. Don't know if we're going to be doing that on the main channel, just on Twitch, just on Kick, making a separate channel, different style of games, so I'm not really sure exactly the plan for that yet, but we will be playing a little bit of 2K with Dubs and some of the viewers from his channel. And then as of right now, the 30th of September is slated for the release of Valguero. We know how that goes. And then that runs right into the release of Battlefield, which is October 10th. And so that is our kind of loosey-goosey snapshot. There is a possibility that I'll be turning some of these servers off just because nobody plays them. We're looking at like Aberration or some other ones we'll kind of see, especially with Valguero coming up, being another server that yeah, people may or may not be interested in. I know I am because I haven't played it before. But yeah, as that is being concerned, at least for stream, thank you guys so much for hanging out, smashing that like, smashing that subscribe, joining the Discord, and catch you guys on stream next time.